Good evening. I'm Shannon Bremen for Brett Baer. It appeared to be business as usual this morning for President Trump as he hosted a roundtable of female business owners. The meeting came after a weekend of reassessment and blame fixing following Friday's withdrawal of a House bill to repeal and replace Obamacare. And it occurred as there are more questions swirling around the head of the House Intelligence Committee and last week's big announcement about surveillance. Chief White House correspondent John Roberts begins our coverage tonight. Good evening, John.
Shannon, good evening to you. It was a startling revelation that was unveiled today. The chairman of the House Intelligence Committee, Nunes, used evidence to help back up the president's claim that he was wiretapped through a secret visit that he made to the White House last week. It's unclear whether the White House knew House Intelligence Chairman Nunes was at the White House complex the day before he revealed Trump transition officials had been swept up in intelligence gathering. Nunes had been viewing classified documents in a secure facility at the National Security Council. In a statement, Nunes' spokesman said, quote, Chairman Nunes met with his source at the White House grounds in order to have proximity to a secure location where he could view the information provided by the source. The information comprised executive branch documents that have not been provided to Congress. Because of classification rules, the source could not simply put the documents in a backpack and walk them over to the House Intelligence Committee space. Nunes says his source was an intelligence official, not a White House staffer, and that the information was contained on the executive branch computer system. The White House dismissed any notion that what Nunes did was unusual or improper.
We've asked both of these entities, both the House and the Senate Intelligence Committees, to undertake this review. So it is partially at our request that they're looking into this. He has said, from my understanding on the record, that he did not meet with White House staff.
Democrats had a different take. The ranking member of the Senate Intelligence Committee called Nunes' sleuthing suspicious. The Senate Minority Leader proclaimed he has to go.
If Speaker Ryan wants the House to have a credible investigation, he needs to replace Chairman Nunes.
The president today said nothing about the Nunes revelations, working instead to get past the stinging failure of his health care plan on Friday, signing bills to roll back Obama-era regulations on education, labor laws, and land use.
I will keep working with Congress, with every agency, and most importantly with the American people, until we eliminate every unnecessary, harmful, and job-killing regulation that we can find.
Last week, the White House proclaimed that the president was moving on from health care to tax cuts. But today, the press secretary said, well, maybe health care isn't dead just yet.
We're not saying it's the end of health care, but I think that we are looking to look for a way forward. And I think that a lot of the members, and again, on both sides of the aisle, have reached out not just to the president, but to members of the team, willing to share some ideas, and both that will they think that would make the bill stronger. But ultimately the goal is to get to 216 and potentially 218.
With conservatives still in opposition to the health care bill, the White House is reaching out to moderate Democrats for support. Though any plan to repeal and replace Obamacare would likely be a non-starter. The White House also today announced a plan to streamline and make more efficient the operation of the federal government, appointing the first son-in-law, Jared Kushner, to head up the new Office of American Innovation. The White House also said that Kushner may soon be making a trip to Capitol Hill to talk with members of the Senate Intelligence Committee about his conversations with Russian officials and other foreign nationals during the transition. Jenna?
We will talk about that with the panel. John Roberts, live from the White House. Thank you.